quick little intermission, but we are back as No Limit now is about to come around the last few corners in the McLaren, and let's see what the McLaren can possibly do here. He will try to come to the line. 17-0 to beat Botch Gerbil in P2 right now, and No Limit goes P3. Not too bad.
Yeah, Totalist Death on mediums in the Ferrari. Just set a purple sector 2, coming through the final couple of corners now. I believe it is 13, 14, and then 15. With, I believe, a Williams ahead of Chunky, who's going to come into the pits.
Yeah, Chunky
And Totalist is
Snakes.
going to do his 17.6.
On mediums.
So I was trying to on medium, but remember Heatwave did 2 laps on
Yeah.
his mediums with a 17.5. So, Mitchie, in honor of Katja, who is not here tonight, do you think we could see a Hail Mary or a curveball in this race?
Both. I think both. As Heatwave said hello in the chat, hello Heatwave. Both. I think it could be an interesting one to see how it will all play out with all
Yeah,
these
exactly. I mean,
struggles.
the last 2 races that I've done with Katja, speaking of Bahrain, which at the end, if anyone remembers, that late safety car where both McLarens were on softs and finished P2 and P3, and Rathe won the race. And then the light safety car in Shanghai, I believe it was, also.
Yeah. Interested to see that Heatwave has to. Do you think I win championship? This is not my tier, so I don't know. I'm only filling for Gadra. Um, but that's another thing as well. Safety cars. Safety cars around here. My course a safety car in tier 3 because I didn't know how to drive and didn't do any much practice at all. Um,
I'm trying not to laugh at you, Mitchie, but your laugh is just so contagious.
um, yeah, I don't know. It's safety cars around here could be a very interesting one because everything could go wild. I'll have to wait and see. Maniko said in the chat, I just want some damn good racing as per usual. And that's what we all want, Maniko. That's what we all want. It's some damn good racing. That's what Tier 2 can deliver. It's now
Ooh,
Matt
who was that?
Silver.
I think that was. I was gonna say Miss Silva moved up to P5.
Only just over, just behind Heatwave. And, excuse me, chat. There we go. Let me fix everything up. Hopefully everything is going good at the moment, chat. I just had to fix a few things on that restart because I realised that I was getting a lot of echo, and it was a simple fix. As last event goes P13. 7 minutes to go. Dima, I'm going to ask a question, and people in the chat as well. Pole position. Do you think Raf is in the hot seat for pole?
I, I honestly couldn't tell you, Mitchie. I wasn't on board with Gerbil as tweaking is purpling sector 1 and 2 at the moment, coming through the
Oh,
final couple of corners.
oh, there.
Um,
Excuse the scrolling chat.
if we watched, or if I watched Gerbil's time to see if he made any slight mistakes, he probably could improve, and so can Wrath. Sorry for messing that up. Tweaking is gonna. Oh wow!
Oh! Only P2. Wow.
But how much time is left out there on the track that he has, though? That's the question. I think he's doing another hot lap after this one.
Well, if I could see how long we got to go. There we go, 6 minutes time. So, we've got 6 minutes left. Still a bit more time left in the session. As we got Mozzie46, who I think actually improved his lap. Oh, excuse me, in this one at the moment. As Raf is about to begin his lap here very, very shortly. We've got Groggy out there as well here at the moment.
Yeah, on board with tweaking because it looked like he was doing 2 laps back to back, and he is not. Calzona jumps up to P4.
Oh,
New face here in this tier. I believe this is his first race as a reserve.
yeah, Calzona P4 at the moment, a quick driver. I've heard Calzona before, and Calzona, a very quick driver on his best days, as we will see. And, yo, Mitchie, PC specs. Not too fancy. I've only gone a little bit less Raisin 5 3600, and then I think it's a GT 980. So not too fancy, but wanting to go better in the future. It's as we see Groggy go for a spin. But yeah, things go just go not too fancy at the moment. We're just going to go nice and steady, and then we're going to go insane, especially with a good
So,
mic. As Dima apologise, go for.
Botched Gerbil, I was on board with him through Sector 1. He was up 1/10 on his time. So, how much time, Mitchie, again, does he have in this lap as he's up 2/10 now on his time?
I'd just like to point out, folks,
Can he challenge Rathe for pole?
he could. I just want to point out, folks, you're going to hear a lot of Dima tonight because Dima is the Tier 2 GOAT with Catra, so I'm new here. Even though I know a lot of these drivers, we're going to see how Botch Gerbil goes here in this last corner. And can he challenge Raf for position number 1? Oh,
He
16-9.
can. Rathe is going to come by.
Oh,
Wow!
16-7.
What a lap by Rathe.
Yeah, 16-7 from Raf as now Toneless comes through to begin. Or did he improve? I don't know. As
No, he improved, I
thank
believe.
you. Well, there we go.
Because it was tweaking in P3 at the moment, but now it's toneless. No Limit, I think he didn't improve on his time. Silkweaver is doing another lap on his softs. And Larson Fan, another guy I raced with in Tier 5 last season, is on an out lap behind Rathe.
Poms for the weird 8070 in the chat say, Mitchie, you're doing it all wrong. Well, Poms you down P15, so do better, son. So
you're doing it wrong, son. Try again next week.
Oh, no, Poms very well. So, trying to go through the field here and see Silk is actually slightly up on his time. No, he's gone around. That's
Whoa!
in the wall, and both wheels are gone.
That's the consequences of turn 8 right there. That caught a couple people out last night in the Tier 4 race. As No Limit's going to dive into the pits. Tweaking is on an outlap. Toneless Death.
I'm going to watch Matt Silver here because Matt Silver is slightly up on his time at the moment. And I'm not going to do an on-board lap here in Tier 2 at the moment. You'll have to wait for that in Tier 1 for the sexy commentary over on-board lap. But Matt Silver now through Samsung the phone. And I'm going to say that a lot tonight. I couldn't believe that court is called Samsung. I couldn't believe it. But watching Matt Silver now in the Haas and says he's purple. And yeah, Maniko saying in the chat, more turn 4. Yeah, it was caught me out last night, yesterday as well, actually.
As Silva's going to come around the final corner. Is he going to hug that right side? No, he's going to stick it out wide on the racing line. He's going to improve to P2.
Ooh.
Wow, Mitchie.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, Maniko, I saw that as well. The information of that, and then I looked it up
Larson
tonight.
has had a spin in turn 6, I think.
Yes, turn 6. Well, just on the entry to turn 6, yeah. So a little bit of a spin there for Larson.
Oh, no, that's exit of turn 5.
So exit turn 5, yeah. Xavier in the chat, hello to you, sir. And Groggy now about to begin another lap as everyone trying to find their best possible chance, see what time they can gain with only a minute to go here in the session. And yeah, TK, as long as can hear me at okay, that's all that matters. That's all really matters at the moment. Things are a little bit low, I do know that. That's why game audio is a bit low. Because I don't want game chat to be extremely loud. But we're trying to go through now and see what happens here in this latter stages. Mozzie on a lap time as well. Everyone trying to get their final laps in here in qualifying.
Groggy! Under braking, he's going to spin. He's getting the car under control. That was a save and a half. by Groggy Oregano.
This last fan
As
leads.
Larson fan has left the session.
So Groggy holding on to it for now. As now we see Mozzie now coming through. Let's see what the Alfa Romeo driver can do. Can the Alfa Romeo driver move his way up through the field here at the moment? And as he's coming to the line now, it's an improvement. He goes P6. So Mozzie up into 6th place. As now tweaking. Let's see. Tweaking's actually invalidated this lap time. So an
Yeah,
exciting
I was
scene
gonna
off the
say
track.
I
Yes, continue on. Sorry.
gutted for tweaking, invalidating in the first couple of corners with 13 seconds left in the session. As Gerbil is gonna cross the line, and he is gonna be the final car to set a lap time. Sweller's Stream is gonna come across the line. He is gonna not improve. I take that back. He is going to be the final car to set a time. As Heatwave is going to be the first car, followed by
4 tenths up,
Chunky
Heatwave.
Snags.
Heatwave 4 tenths up. Let's see what he can possibly do here. Heatwave now. Oh, okay then. He's obviously wants to start on the medium tyres. Must have played out, going for a spin. Chunky Snags to the line. Only P11.
Going to go P11. As the Ferrari of Tweaking there, who's No Limit coming behind them. And then Mozzie. Is Mozzie on another push lap with these softs, Mitchie?
Well, let's see what No Limit can do here. Crosses the line. It's going to be, 17-0 from No Limit. Toneless F is invalidated. Botch Gerbil is done. Looks like it. And, wow, it is either... as Poms is lifted off.
As Rathe has a spin.
So Sweller's...
Gerbil is still on a lap at the moment. Sorry to cut you off, Mitchie.
So Sweller's the only one here that could really do anything here at the top. Let's see what Sweller can do. As Sweller to the line. P2!
Oh, he's going to go P2. What a lap from Sweller Stream. Wow. And that is another pole position for Rathe in tier number 2.
Well, he's looking, of course, for 3 wins in a row. And if he can do that, that would be just outstanding start to the season here in Tier 2. So, Rafe on top here in qualifying. And we're just waiting for a few feeds. But because in the chat as well, yeah, P2, Matt Silver P3. And then, of course, we've got Botch Gerbil, No Limit. That's the top 5. And very close, actually, between that top 5. And Rafa in the chat saying, go tweak. Yes, of course, Rafe. And here's the results. Raf on top here at the moment. And yeah, Matt Silver, P3, doing a superb job in the Haas. Botch Gerbil, P4. No Limit, P5. And Toneless Steph tweaking Mozzie Calzona. And we've got Silkweaver outside the top 10, and all those guys outside the top 10 will most likely, could be starting on, who knows, they could be starting the medium tyres, they could go on the hards, they could go on the softs. We'll have to wait and see what these drivers outside the top 10 will do here. And, okay.
Yep, so if people are, are people going to want some popcorn, better go get it now, because it's going to be an interesting race.
Certainly will be interesting race to see how things will play out in this one at the moment. And I'll just take a breather because who knows what could go down here in this one at the moment. So, so I think we're going to be in for an interesting race here. And the battle at the front, dry skies. So it looks like it's going to be a dry race, which is not a good time for us, for the T1 drivers a little bit later on. So, Menika say more rain, please. Heatwave and Chunky moves to the moment, but that will change in a matter of seconds. And Dima, who do you think could win this one?
I'm going to throw a curveball. Well, not a curveball, but a wild shot in the dark. I'm going to say Sweller Stream.
Ooh, now a lot of people might agree with you on that one. That's Swell Stream. in the position that he's in at the moment, and looking pretty good. So we'll see how things will go. But I guess I would mind Tier 1 race. So don't forget to stay tuned for the Tier 1 race in about 90 minutes time, and excited going for Matt Silver. Yeah, Matt Silver, very good chance. Matt Silver could definitely move up through the field. We'll have to wait and see as we will wait and see what everyone does here at the back. Almost everybody medium tyres, and two drivers at the back on the soft, so no one thinking about the hard tyres. Um, Everyone pretty much going for that alternate with the mediums. So it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. But there are the tyres for you all on the screen.
Well, Mitchie, I'm wondering because Larson fan left in qualifying. I sent him an invite back into the session, but his car is still ghosted.
So it doesn't look like he's back in. So yeah, Larson fan looks like he's not back in at the moment, but hopefully he'll be able to get back into the lobby for this one. But 33 laps around here, and of course the Red Bull man at the front, the championship leader, trying to see what he can possibly do to extend his championship lead here in Tier 2. Sweller in P2 will want to try and challenge him at Turn 1. Matt Silver, and of course Botched Gerbil in position number 4, and No Limit. So all to play for in the opening laps here at Portugal. Can always deal with some drama, especially in the opening laps, especially if you just don't get things right.
Yeah, his Heatwave spun at the Samsung corner under the formation lap.
Well, Heatwave, you better get back up and going, and he does in the AlphaTauri. So it'll be interesting to see how it all pans out here at the moment and see what could go down between these drivers. But Raf Sweller
As Thomas
as
Death is spun.
well, it's good to get these spins out of the way. No doubt about it.
Yeah, exactly. As we have a Ferrari and a Red Bull car combining themselves in front of Starless Stream.
So let's see what goes down here. Here in Portugal. 33 laps. Raf, Sweller, Matt Silver, Botch Gerbil, and No Limit is your field. As we wait for Larson Van, who's on the lobby yet. Or he could be. We'll have to wait and see. But 33 laps. What will go down in this one here? And it could get very intense. The Red Bull on pole position as we're about to get underway here in Tier 2. We're racing. And it's a very good start by Raf. He's got a very good jump. Matt Silver behind one. The Ferraris has actually got an okay start. Tony Steph trying to come through the field. And it's steady as she goes throughout the field at the moment. Matt Silver, Sweller now goes back into P3. Matt Silver P2. And what's going on behind? Chunky's around. And things are all chaos at the back at the moment. Everyone trying to buy full position.
Yeah, I think Chunky didn't get a great start, and he's still having issues back there in that Williams. And he just got collected by one of the other cars. I didn't quite see who it was. But yeah, Thomas was got a really good getaway, but he couldn't make anything of it. Silva got a great exit, and Rathe made an exit on the exit of turn 8.
Yeah, he had poor, very poor. You saw it right there. As now Matt Silver's all over him. If Matt wants to maybe challenge him here, he's going to have to try to find his way past as best as he possibly can. And the Haas now will sit behind, as now behind Tweaking and Botch Gerbil going at it behind, as now Calzone tries to come through on him. Up into P7.
Yeah, these guys are going to try to make up as much ground as they can, especially the mediumers. Heatwave is on the inside of Gerbil. He's going to get the move done. Gerbil's way off line. He's going to lose 3-4 positions as he has wing damage, I believe, Mitchie.
Oh, he might actually. That might be why he was losing positions there, and he will come into the lane. So that's wing damage for Botched Gerbil.
I do see a wing out in the Aston garage. He's going to throw out another set of softs.
On the,
Chunky Snags is also pitting.
yeah, something happened to Chunky on the start there. He was around, so I don't know what possibly happened there. As Master Plan gets the first time penalty here in Portimao. And Rathe now still holding on to that lead for now, but Matt Silver's sticking with him. So is Sweller, and so is No Limit, as now No Limit looks for a possible move here on Sweller here for position, if he possibly can. And that's what he's trying to see if he possibly can do. And Tone Steph trying to get up in this battle as well. So it's pretty much a five-way fight here at the moment for P1.
Yeah, these guys are throwing it all on the line. Is
Oh,
Swellerstream is going to go down the inside.
Matt must have had a moment because it's now 1.3 seconds between him and Rathe. My goodness me. And yes, time penalties are definitely going to be a problem. We'll keep an eye on those penalties for you throughout the race. As, yeah, Matt Silver's struggling a little bit here at the moment. Sweller could go for the move here on him. Can he go
Yeah,
for it?
he's got the pace.
Looking for around the outside if he possibly can. And Tweaking now does the fastest lap of the race. Down in P6. And Tweaky's closing in on his teammate. But this is the battle now for P2 in this Grand Prix. And Sweller now trying to see if he can close up here on Matt Silver and try to get by and then try to catch up to Rathe, who's starting to pull away. Does Sweller look for it here? No, he doesn't.
Yeah, these guys are fighting or letting Rathe just escape from their grasp.
Yeah, that's right. That's now No Limit now. Tries to close right out
Oh!
Sweller.
Silva had a moment on the exit of Samson Corner.
And Calzona now coming into this battle pack as well. So everybody all near each other here at the moment in this race on lap 3 of 33 with DRS. As No Limit looks for the move here on the Alfa Romeo. Can No Limit go for the move? No, he can't, but he will wait for his right moment, especially on this long front straight here in Portimao. 2 seconds now, the gap for Rathe in the lead as we keep an eye on this big paddle pack. What could go down?
Yeah, the thing that's going to help Swellerstream right now is escaping from No Limit is having DRS on Matt Silva ahead.
As Tweaking now goes through on his teammate, so P5 now for Tweaking in a little moment, but he's okay, holds on to it, and he's now P5 here in this race. Oh, he's had an even more of a moment!
Oh!
Oh, holds on to it very well, as now Heatwave now might try to go for the move here on Tweaking, and of course Heatwave in a very good position right now on the medium tyres. Botch Gerbil does the fast lap of the race down P15, shows you the pace that Botch Gerbil had, but 2.1 seconds out for Rathe over Matt Silver.
Yeah, watching these guys, Mitchie, it's only lap 4. Struggling on the mid-corner, mid-apex, I should say, to exit of Samson Corner. As these cars just oversteers. Silva had a moment on
Silver's struggling.
turn 12 as he has another moment into turn 13. I had to count the corners in my head. That's why I paused. Sorry, folks.
He's struggling. He's Swell will be wanting to go by here very, very shortly. Let's see what he could possibly do. DRS, and he will swim on by. Could No Limit try to get up in this as well? He's not close enough to go for it at the moment, but Sweller now. Position number 2, 2.7 seconds he has to get to that Red Bull up ahead. But Matt Silver having a few moments, losing a bit of time as Groggy now gets a time penalty, who's down in P13.
Yeah, Nolan is closing in on the back of Matt Silva, even with Matt having DRS.
Oh, that's a car around. It's
That is
Master
Master Plane.
And another tricky part
Yep,
of the
so
circuit.
turn 4, still catching drivers out.
Yeah, turn 4, tricky part of the circuit. As No Limit is all over the back here, but it looks like Sweller might have had a moment at Samson as well. So it's all happening here at the moment. Matt's Silver, Sweller, they all have a moment, and nobody wants to keep it on the track at the moment because everyone's having some slight moments here in this race. And someone's around behind. It's one of the Aston Martin. It's Master playing again.
It's playing again. Turn 8. But Mitchie, look at all the battling on going to lap 6. Look at the gap that Rathe has. Rathe now.
Calzona Calzona close here to Tony Steph. Can he get enough? Look at this battle with Matt Silva, Sweller as well. It's all going on, but Calzona now looking for position 5 here in this race, and he gets through. So Calzona, P5 in this Grand Prix. Silk Weaver now gets a time penalty, and Matt Silva now just not close enough again to Sweller, as No Limit now trying to get up in this fight. It's about 7 cars really in this as well, and Mozzie could be in this as well. He's only 1.5 seconds behind Heatwave. So everyone all near each other here at the moment. So it's very, very interesting to see how this is going to play out in the end.
Kind of reminds me of a Tier 1 race, Mitchie, where you just have a DRS train and no one can get past one another.
Well, not this season. As now No Limit again closing in on Matt Silva if he possibly can, but he's just not close enough. The best possible chance is going to be waiting on this DRS straight. Well, here's the thing right now. Matt Silva is almost out of DRS of Sweller, and once he's out of DRS, he's going to get gobbled up by No Limit and Calzona here. And Calzona moving his way up here at the moment, and could look for the move for No Limit right now.
Yeah, Mitchie, I'm just going through and looking at the tires as Calzona's going to look on the inside. He's going to get moved on before turn 1.
P4 for Calzona, and yes, the tires.
Yeah, I was just looking at the rear tires and the degradation, and it looks like Calzona has, in my eyes, Mitchie, looks like he has the best rear tires out of all the soft runners right now. Minus P1, but
oh, No Limit
in the
close.
group is No Limit.
Close to Calzona here at the moment, trying to go for the move. And wow. It's absolutely intense here at the moment. And what can you say in this race right now? It's absolutely close between the field. Matt Silva's going to start back on Sweller again. So that fight could go on for the rest of the race. This battle could go on for the rest of the race as well. No Limit trying to find his way past here on Calzona. And it could be on again between these two on the front straight.
Yeah, but Mitchie, look at what all this battling has done. Look who is in P8 hunting down these soft runners right now. And look who's behind him, Ozzy. Also on softs, but still, Heatwave P8 on mediums closing in on this pack of soft runners.
Tweaking could get through on his team, back on his teammate here on Toneless Steph. Yeah, he will. Tweaking now going for the move back here on Toneless Steph, and we'll get it done. Back into P6, Calzona had enough of a gap there to bridge over No Limit for not to be trouble. So Calzona now in P4 and holding on very, very nicely, but Rathe is still leading by 3.1 seconds. And there, as you said, many battles up and down the field here right now. And the question now is when are we going to see the first pit stops?
I mean, they should come around in another 2 to 3 laps, Mitchie. Depending on what these guys want to do, you know, if there's going to be a safety car, you know, they could box now and get their pit stop out of the way. Or if it stays running like it is, like I said, 2 to 3 laps, box for hards, or do a 2-stop, soft, medium, soft, or they're going to do the 1-stop for soft, medium, if they can stretch the tires. Which is going to be a tall ask, because this is my first ever race commentating at this track, and I haven't really seen much of degradation for the circuit.
Yeah, it's interesting to see what everybody's mindset will be. We'll see that a little bit later on in Tier 1 coming up in about an hour's time. As Calzona's bridged away from No Limit now. Here comes Tweaking. Tweaking closing in on No Limit here for P5 in this race. And Tweaking now trying to see if he can move his way a little bit further up. And same with Taylor's Death. But again, Heatwave just haunting the distance at the moment. Could move his way up later in this race. So keep an eye out on Heatwave, folks, coming towards the end of this one. But Rathe must have had a moment, because it's down to 1.4.
I was just looking at that, Mitchie, and was thinking the same thing. I wonder, is he just saving his tires?
No. He was about 3 seconds ahead, and it's gone. I can't say he's saving his tyres, and Down to
As
1.5 as
Masterplane has spun at turn 4 again.
deja vu as Groggy now gets a time penalty. So, yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? 1.1 now, so if Sweller can feel off the pressure of Matt Silver at the moment, try to get under that DRS of Rathe, boy, that could change this race completely on its head if that's the case. So, Rathe on lap 10
Yeah,
of 33.
yeah, exactly. And No Limit has lost DRS to Calzona, and he's fighting
Oh,
tweaking
oh,
as he's
oh.
gonna throw him way outside.
No Limit
He's
fights him
gonna run him
back.
off the circuit.
Oh, there's contact!
Oh,
Toneless Steph now will try to see if he can come through on this as well. But Tweaking now up into the top 5 as No Limit gets a time penalty. So time penalties galore. As we have said before, they will come quick and fast. The time penalties here at Portimao as 1.0 seconds is down the go. Sweller can see him. Rathe had a slight moment again. So Sweller sees him having some moments here, and if Sweller could keep calm, he could get up in this as well. But also, one of Neymar's favourites in the chat, Calzona is now up in this as well. P closing in on P3 at the moment, Calzona. So he's in this fight as well. Rafa's had another moment as well, Dima, and now Sweller's all over him.
yeah, I was on board with Sweller, and on the entrance to turn 10, Rathe went wide, and Sweller took the normal racing
Oh,
line. He
someone's
gained all the
around.
time as he's gonna look for a move. Silva has lost a couple positions. No Limit is in the pits, when Sweller Stream is in P1.
So there's a lot that's just happened there. No Limits in the pit lane. Matt Silver looks like he's had a moment at the final corner because he's down behind Tweaking. Sweller now in the lead of this race. It is absolutely going on here at the moment. It's No Limit now. It's on the medium tyres.
Yeah, and I was about to say, I'm wondering, Mitchie, if he's going to do a two-stop or if he's going to pray for a safety car, and I think he had wing damage.
Ooh. Well, there's only one way to find out here if he did have wing damage or not. No, he did not. So there we go. And No Limit now. He's got Bot Sherble coming up behind him, and he'll want to get away from him as quickly as possible because don't forget Bot Sherble on soft tyres right now, but they might not be at the best of their ability right now. So Sweller leads on lap 11 of 33. He has got a good margin here over Rathe at the moment, and Calzona trying to see if he can get up to this top 2 here at the moment, get himself with the pies. Sweller's in.
Sweller is going to pit. Yep. See if
Ooh.
anyone else comes in. Tweaking's in.
Be interested to see what Sweller does
See
here.
Wondering if these guys are gonna where these guys are gonna funnel out.
Mediums go on
As
for
Sweller
Tweaking.
is gonna go for mediums.
Yep. So both on medium tyres right now, and boy oh boy, it's absolutely going on here at the moment. And we'll see how things go. And, wow, and yeah, Calzona, of course, P2 right now on his debut here, as Matt Silver a little bit further behind Taylor Seth trying to get up in this fight as well. Heatwave still lingering there in the distance, waiting for his moment to pounce on everybody. So we'll see where Heatwave could possibly be towards the end of this race. Masterplane gets another time penalty.
Yeah, I'm wondering, Mitchie, if Rathe is gonna box and try to cover off Sweller Stream.
Well, let's see what he does here. What happens here at the moment? And does he come in? No. So
he's gonna stay out.
So he's going to completely
Calzona's
different route.
gonna come in.
He's going to completely different
Matt Silva stays out.
Rathe is going
Yeah, I'm wondering if he's.
Yeah. Rathe's going to go a completely different route here. Definitely is. I could just see that right now as Totally Seth tries to get close to Matt Silva. So I think he's going a completely different route here right now, and see how things go here at the moment.
Mitchie Calzona, I think, might just jump Sweller in the pits.
No,
No, I take that back.
No.
No, don't listen to me, folks. I have no idea what I'm talking about.
As tweaking now. Yes, so where is... actually, so No Limit's back in. Oh, No Limit's come back into the lane. Wing change. We've missed that. So No Limit's had a moment somewhere. And wing change on, back out on soft tyres. It's a shame for the McLaren driver. As we'll see again, does
Yeah,
Raf come in or not?
yeah. I think No Limit's gonna safety car at this point. Try to get himself back into this Grand Prix.
Now, I'm kind of surprised he's
As
as
Calzone is gonna pick up a penalty.
penalties coming in thick and fast here at the moment. And they must say
He's gonna do another lap on these softs.
me himself so much quicker around here. Well, we'll see, Neymar, how that will pan out, especially for someone like Heatwave towards the end of the race. Because I suspect he'd be going medium himself, so I don't see why you go medium starts around here. As Silver and Tony Steph in, of course.
Yeah, he's gonna go. Silva's gonna go on the hards, and Tolis Death is gonna be on the mediums. Sweller's gonna go just by him.
Calzona goes through as well. So Calzona 3
You know,
seconds
Mitchie,
behind Sweller. But yes.
the gap. If I can figure out how to work my interval board, the gap between Rathe and Sweller is 23 seconds right now.
Yes.
I don't know what the average pit stop, the time lost in the pits. I think Sweller might just get out ahead of Rathe when he comes in for his pit stop.
Well, I'd think he would because he's on a better tyre right now and better tyre with a bit more grip under it as now Tweaking looks like he's gone through on Groggy as Raffin.
Heatwave is going to inherit the lead of this race with Silkweaver 11 seconds behind him. Bombs for the win up there in P4 in the Red Bull, started in the back. He's doing a good job in these mediums.
Maniko saying in the chat about 25 seconds, so there you go. And we'll see Sweller now coming down the straight. You can see on the mini-map where that Red Bull is. And does he get ahead?
Oh,
Yes, he
he's
does.
just going to get ahead of him.
So, yeah, about right there, Maniko. About 25, 24 seconds. Yeah, absolutely right. Since it's 1.4 seconds to gap between these two. So now the race is on to see what goes down here at the moment between these two and what factor does Heatwave have in this race towards the end of it. The margin between him and Swell is 16 seconds, so it might be a bit tough for Heatwave to get up there for the win, but we'll have to wait and see. As through the field at the moment, we've got Toneless Steph, P9 trying to close up on Matt Silver as well, of course, who is on the hard tyres here in this race. And a bit further back, we got Larson Fan. Oh, no, Larson Fan's not in the lobby. Never mind, it's Botch Gerbil in P13.
Yeah, and another thing to point out, Mitchie, is Groggy Oregano in P10, still on his soft tires.
Wow.
So, good showing from him, but he's still going to have to pit and get rid of those softs for probably the hards.
I think it's time
Or
to
the
pit.
mediums. Yeah.
Most likely he'll be going on the medium tyres, especially if he's gone this long. And so let's see, Groggy, will he come into the lane? Yes, he does. In the Alpine, slow it down just in time, beautifully. And should most likely be, as now we got Matt Silver and Toneless Steph going out here for P8 in this Grand Prix. And Matt Silver just holding on at the moment, but those medium tyres of Toneless Steph, I'm sure, are definitely helping him out here at the moment.
Yeah, and
Oh!
in on.
That was a big moment there. Toneless Steph trying to go round the outside, contact between him and Silver. That could have been a disastrous moment there. Could have been a big old crash, but luckily for both of the drivers, they're both still in the race as Masterplan gets another time penalty, but apologies for interrupting.
No, you're completely fine, Mitchie, as I was on board with Stream and Rathe. I always get his name messed up. Anyways, he has closed the gap into 7 tenths right now, 6 tenths now. As Sweller's Stream is closing in on the
Yes.
other Red Bull. What is Rathe gonna do coming down the straight? Is he's gonna set the fastest lap? Sweller's gonna defend the
Oh, now
inside.
this could change everything here. It does.
That is a safety car. Whoa! What are you doing, my guy? You gotta give that position back, sir. As
Oh.
he does. Ooh, is this gonna cause?
Now, as oh, it's a glitch. Is what's going on here? So Raff and
I
Sweller,
think it's the glitch.
it might be. No, I think everything's okay now. But most likely you're gonna see Heatwave, Silk, and Pomps in for softs, surely. Surely.
Yeah, I mean, how much time are they going to lose? Because everyone else has to adhere to that safety car delta while Heatwave is in the pits.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out here at the moment. As now
I
Heatwave.
imagine because if the time loss was 24 seconds in the pits under normal racing conditions,
Well, they got a pit no
I'm
matter.
wondering.
They got a pit no
Right,
matter.
but I'm wondering, Mitchie,
Oh
if
yeah, go on.
the
Sorry.
delta, that time loss is going to drop to like 19 seconds.
Well, we'll see what happens here at the moment. As Silk in, yeah, soft tyres on. It's lap 8, and the restart will be probably around
Ooh,
19:20. So
Mitchie,
let's see what
Rathe is in the pits.
Raff in, Sweller stays out, and Heatwave is second. Heatwave now
Oh, he's going
second.
to lose time.
Pomps in
He's going to lose so
P5.
much time. He did a double stack.
Silver P3, and yeah, double stack. Well, Raff is, he's coming on an unset of medium tyres. So it's interesting, it's fascinating here at the moment. The championship leader down into P8, Heatwave second, Matt Silver in third, and I don't know what this is going to do now.
Yeah, let's just talk about a curveball in the race, Mitchie. Both Alfa Romeos, P1, P4, Heatwave in the AlphaTauri, in P2 is his teammate Larson fan in P13 who was ghosted. Um, Matt Silva, the only Hash driver of the night. Silkweaver in P5 with his teammate in P15 who got the safety car just like what he needed, like we were saying. Both Red Bulls P6, P7 Mercedes tonight. Tweaking and his teammate in P12, Botch Gerbil in P10. We know he has pace, as we saw earlier when he boxed for his softs after lap 1. And Chunky Snags in P14. So No Limit and Chunky Snags really saved by this safety car.
Now, I want to point out here as well is that it could maybe be a factor of some of these guys from the medium times right now, coming into the mediums, may not have a fresh set of softs left, and maybe not confident enough on a used set of softs possibly. That's why you could see some of these guys on the medium tyres. I could be wrong though, but yeah. But Silk, Poms, Calzona as well. And the thing about those guys behind, including Raff, would be wanting is that Sweller holds up Heatwave as best as he can. But the fact of the matter is this is right now, is Heatwave on fresh set of soft tyres. He's going to be ultra pacey. And, whoa. But, as Maniko says in the chat, the softs could be very well done at the end of this race. So, that's another factor you have to put into this as well. How will those soft tyres be at the latter stage of this Grand Prix? That's going to be another story you got to add to this as well. As Stone Limit comes in again, so he might be trying to get the freshest soft tyres he possibly got, maybe, who knows. But yeah, it's an interesting one here at the moment. And Echo in the chat, hello Echo, saying Raph, of course, making a big mistake. Yeah, I actually kind of agree with you. I think Raph possibly should have stayed out since he had track position. But who knows? Who knows? here at the moment. And I hope everyone's enjoying here at the moment. The stream, new stream here, streaming through the PC in glorious 1080p. And some new things will be looking good on the Tier 1 stream. Don't forget Tier 1 coming up in just an hour's time. Dima restart coming up here very shortly. What is going to go down here in this one? And I think we're going to go another lap since No Limit has not caught up to the pack. So it's going to be 13 to go. The battle between Swell and Heatwave will be on, and of course Matt Silver in P4 on the hard tyres. Those soft runners are going to be quick at the early stages of this restart.
Yeah, and it looks like I think Mitchie on Silva's left side on his barge board. I wonder if he has
Ooh.
barge board damage. Or
As,
maybe that's just the way the car looks. I could be wrong.
as Groggy comes in as, oh my
Ooh.
goodness me, Bot Shermal 5-second penalty collision with tweaking. There was a little bit going on there behind. I did see for a slight second as now Groggy comes in, fresh set of hard tyres, and No Limit comes in again. So No Limit's just trying to
Yeah,
make it as many
Tweaking
pit stops as
and
he can.
Botcher will both pick up a time penalty there.
And may as well have a look here. There you go, everybody. There are the penalties. 5 seconds, a bunch of 5 seconds. Only a couple of 3 seconds throughout the field, and it's only 9 seconds for Groggy, who's got the most of the field. Pretty much everyone else, it's basically just 3 second penalties or else. And we'll come back to the penalties late in the last few laps of this race because we'll keep an eye on the tyres and what will go down here with Heatwave and Swell. Can Heatwave get by early and then bridge a gap, and then hopefully those softs don't go out in the end where he loses time to Sweller.
Also, another thing, Mitchie, with Matt Silva being on these hards, and I can confirm he does not have barge board damage, as that is the way the car is made. Um, with Matt Silva being on these hards, as safety cars in this lap,
Yep.
he's also gonna slow up the cars behind him being on the slower compound of tires, unless when we get to the straights.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see here how this will all play out in this race as Sweller now about to get us back underway here on this restart on lap it'll be lap 21 of 33. Heatwave will be close right near him, and let's see what goes down here in this one as restart underway. Heatwave may even look
Yeah,
at here at turn one as Matt Silver's riding this fight behind as well. Heatwave using all that ERS to try to get this done already. Can he get it done around the outside? Or has to go a little bit off? Sweller trying to fight as best he possibly can. And he does! Oh, there might have been a little contact between the two, but Heatwave beautifully through and in the lead.
yeah. I think if he did get that overtake off circuit, he'd have to give it
Oh,
back.
three wide, Silk, Calzona and Rathe all near each other here at
Whoa!
the moment. It's now Silk and Calzona trying to get their way through because these two, the next soft runners behind. As, oh, we don't want to see contact here, boys. As now Silk is around.
Oh!
Oh, and tweaking around as well.
Yeah, I was on board with that. I'm actually going to record that, Mitchie, from my perspective.
Wow, it was synchronized spinning between the two there. That was absolutely, that was a big moment there throughout the field. As now we'll look and see here. Heatwave has gone 0.8 the gap, and he's pulling away here at the moment. Matt Silver still holding on here at the moment. Very well for P3, but I think that will change very soon once Calzona gets through here on Mozzie here for P4 in this race. But we've got 12 to go, and Heatwave is pulling away.
Yeah, Rathe is going very defensive on Toneless Death as he
Oh!
almost loses it through turn one.
And he's
And
got
he's
a
going to pick up
penalty.
a penalty because of it. As Gerbo's going to come through on Palms for the win.
Oh. And Poms now is going to try to hold on here on Birch Gerbil. Poms is trying to move his way up
As
since...
Toneless is going to look around the outside of Rathe into turn number 5.
Oh, that's
There's,
Poms. That's Poms around. And Poms for the win, only 70 around here at the moment. As now, look at this now. Oh, Tameless Steph has a big old moment there at the moment, trying to get close to Rathe. He full position, but Calzona closing in for P4. And Calzona's going to be the story later in this race, as now Poms has gone around again down in the last position. Tweaking now, trying to move his way back up through the field, but No Limit now looking for the move here on Bot Sherbel. Oh, a bit of contact between the two. And Bot Sherbel, it's absolutely wild seeds here at the moment as Poms goes around again. But let's see Calzona. Does Calzona look for the move here on Mozzie? Can he get this done for P4? And of course he does have a time penalty, Calzona, so you want to move his way up through the field with 11 to go as Calzona through to P4.
Yeah, that's a really nice move by Mozzie, or by Calzona.
And we see now the McLaren sitting there behind No Limit, trying to see if he can get through here on Bot Sherbel here for position number 8. And goes for it. Oh, there's contact. That was a nasty moment there. No Limit gets it done, however. But wow, that was almost insane how things went there at the moment. He could have also hit Total Steph there. That was very, very close as Poms has gone around again at turn number 2. But Heatwave, 1.4 seconds, pull it away. And Calzona now trying to close up here on Matt Silva for a podium position.
There's so much action right now, Mitchie, to keep our eyes on as Rathe is up into P6 hunting down Mozzie. As Calzona is on the back of Matt Silva.
Oof. I don't think he's going to be close enough here for the move at the moment. And let's see what he can possibly do. Does Calzona... He's going to... If he can get past Matt Silva, that's going to be a... important position for him to be on this podium. It's now behind. We've got Tweaking and Groggy, and Tweaking's around.
Wondering if there's contact. I'm on board with Calzona. Oh. Rathe is going to get another time penalty, Mitchie.
Well, that's big championship implications there. Meanwhile, behind No Limit looks on Toneless Steph. And No Limit now up into P7, so he moves his way up a bit further.
Turbo's going to get through on Toneless as well.
Yeah, Toneless was a bit off track there, and that's just allowed Bot Sherbel to come through here for position number 8 in this Grand Prix. We've got 10 laps to go, coming up to 9 to go here very shortly. Calzona is going to be right in this fight here on Matt Silva for position number 3. Can he get this done? And we'll have to wait and see if he can get this through. Have to wait here at the moment. And if he can get this good run here for the final corner and get that DRS, he could go for it here, but he's a little bit further back here right now. No, he's going to have him easy. Should have him easy. DRS, let's see. Poms gets a time penalty, but he's in last place. And does he do it around the outside? Calzona, Matt Silva fights it here at the moment. Meanwhile, Rathe has gotten through on Mozzie behind. And, oh, Calzona sends it on Silva. And he's got it done. Wow.
And I think Calzona is not going to have DRS. I keep forgetting what the DRS detection zone is. But yeah, if you're Calzona, Mitchie, you're trying to make your way through this field. And passing Silva was something he needed to do as Silkweaver picks up another time penalty. But yeah, back to the penalty. So Rathe with 6 seconds. Calzona with 3. So really, Calzona is in prime position
for a podium, yeah,
if he gets passed by Rathe. Because no matter what, he's going to get the position back.
That's right. It's going to be interesting to see. And Calzona now is also closing up here on Sweller as well. 3 seconds down the gap for Heatwave and Sweller, unless Heatwave's tyres go off at the end. I think Heatwave's pretty much got this in the bag. We'll have to wait.
He's out of ERS, Mitchie.
Who's out of ERS?
Heatwave is completely out of ERS.
Well, he's pushing away, but I think... that's not what he wants, and Sweller will be licking his lips seeing that. And honestly, he may even won't mind. He might not even mind Calzona going past him. Poms has
As
retired.
Palms is going to retire.
That's going to hurt a few drivers here.
Ooh.
Penalties if the safety car bridges his way through. And it's not even going to be a virtual, because the virtual doesn't exist in this game, ladies and gentlemen.
Can't argue with there, Mitchie. Sweller, I'm wondering if Heatwave is having a moment because Sweller has just brought the gap from 3.1 down to 2.6.
Well, that moment, it could be frustration again, that penalty. So, Sweller right now is pretty much in prime position to win this race, unless Heatwave can bridge that gap a bit more. So, we'll have to wait and see what could go down there. As now, No Limit now is trying to get up in this fight between Matt Silva and, oh, he's got another time penalty. No Limit. So, this is full position now between No Limit and Raf. This is full position, because both of them 6-second time penalty. Spot Sherble behind does the fastest lap of the race on the medium tyres.
Thomas is going to look for a move on Mozzie going into turn 1.
Oh,
He's going to get it done before turn number 1.
gets it done. So Toneless now up into P8. What he would need is a safe. Well, actually, he's going to get ahead of all three cars ahead here at the moment, because both of them have 6 seconds, 6 seconds, and 5 seconds. So watch Toneless move up through the field at the end of this race to a top 5, as Raf now is trying to see if he can close up here on Matt Silva for position number 4.
Yeah, I mean, I think Sweller is just kind of trying to stay within the track limits, as track limits in this game, as everyone knows, are not very accurate.
No.
I did. Actually, I'm not gonna say it. I take it back. Calzone closing in on Sweller's stream.
It's not going to really do much for him here at the moment, because he's pretty much got P3 in the bag. And unless Sweller got a time penalty, Matt Silva now gets a penalty. So
Silver gets a penalty.
So this is all for P4. This is officially for P4 now. As now Raf now is going to go for this.
He's gonna get him.
Looks for it and gets it done. Raf through to P4, and No Limit now will try to see if he can try to get his way up into position number 5. So Toneless now, if he can keep that gap, could maybe get into top 4 for him at the moment.
No Limit is gonna hit. Oh, he's got wing damage.
Bot Sherble now through. Oh, no. Oh, that was close. Oh, I thought it was going to be close to maybe a turnaround there by Bot Sherble, Matt Silva, but thank God he pulled out of it. Oh, my goodness me. As now No Limit now has to find his way back through here at the moment. And he could go for it here at turn 9. No way. Looks to try to go for this move, and oh no! That, let's just say, was unnecessary.
He wanted that position. He was agitated, angry, for the words I'm thinking he was using, for the words I'm going to use, but the words he's not going to use. As Gerbil is all over the back of Matt Silva, is he going to get the move done before turn 1? Yeah, Silva's a sitting duck right now on these hards.
Rav now with the fastest lap of the race. Those mediums are starting to get very toasty here at the moment. As Gerbil now trying to see if he can get close enough for a possible move. There's the gap for you all here at the moment. So right now, yeah, Toneless is going to move his way up into position number 4 here in this Grand Prix. So he will move up, no doubt about it. As now Raf now trying to see if he can close up a little bit more on Calzona and see if he can bridge a bit more of a gap between him and Toneless, because right now it doesn't look like Raf will get on the podium, but he could still gain a bit more positions here at the moment.
I was going to ask you, Mitchie, if you're Rath, do you want to finish P3 on track, or do you just want to bring the car home?
We'll be interested to see. But he could want to try to pressurize Calzona here, Raf, and pressurize him enough to another penalty and make it full position. So that could be what be on his mind. We'll have to wait and see. And
But Minchie, look at the gap to P1. Sweller's
3.1.
outside of that 3-second gap.
Yeah, he's pulling away. Pulling away here at the
As
moment.
Dribble's going to get through on Silva into turn 1.
Oh, yeah, Gerbil now through on Silver. And Gerbil now P5 in this one here at the
As
moment.
Rathe is going to look for a move on Calzoner. He thought about it. He's going to tuck right back in behind him.
And it's close here at the moment. And Raf now trying to see if he can close up here on Calzona. And meanwhile behind, No Limit and Mozzie. No Limit goes through on Mozzie. And Mozzie, if he can just hold on to No Limit anyway, he'll get that position. And No Limit just all over the place here at the moment. Toneless now. Who knows where he's going to be towards the end of this race if Calzona and Raf battle it out here. Who knows? But Raf now, look, this could be his next opportunity for a move. As behind, it looks like it is Groggy around.
Oregano.
Yep, Groggy around. As now, let's see what Raf can do. Can Raf now try to see if he can get this move done here on Calzona? Calzona knows he's close to him. Groggy around again. As Botch Gerbil now fastest lap of the race. Raf looks. Oh my goodness! That's...
I have no words for what that just was.
That was close. Meanwhile, we have Mozzie fighting back here on No Limit, and No Limit gets another time penalty.
Whoa!
Oh, what's going on here up ahead? As now Calzona, another big slide. Raf now just trying to see if he can get his way by here as best he possibly can, since he knows that he's got the better pace on him here at the moment, and if he can get him pull away, he could maybe pull away 3 seconds in 2 laps. You never know. 3.1 between Heatwave and Sweller. It's so close. You don't know who's going to get this at the moment for victory. As we see now Raf trying his absolute hardest to get by.
Yeah, like he wants to finish 3 on track.
Yeah, he will be absolutely looking as he best possibly can. Raf right now could still get P4. He's not going to get third because look at the gap between him and Toneless. Toneless has lost a bit of time. So, and yeah, there you go. There's the tyres.
He's going to do a do or die move.
There's tyres for Yeko
Calzona's
once
going
again.
to cut him off.
And yeah, Calzona just trying to absolutely hold on here at the moment. And 13 laps on those softs Heatwave, and or 2.5. Is Heatwave starting to struggle? Is Sweller now closing right in on him here? As now Raf now closing in here on Calzona here for position number 3. Trying to get absolutely close as he possibly can, if he somehow can, to get this move done. But it's just not easy here at the moment. We're closing on the final lap. It's 2.7 the gap. Right now, Sweller's in the position for the win, but Raf now, again, just can't get his way past Calzona, but I think on this frustrate, he should have him.
Yeah, the last couple of laps, Calzona has just been getting that monstrous exit out of turn number 14, and Raf just doesn't have an answer. He's going to have a little moment, and he's going to get another penalty.
Oh, now that's big. That's big. That's going to lose him a bunch of positions. That's going to put him behind Toneless even. So that's not good for Raf. That's going to hurt him in the points. It's now Raf looks for the move here on position number 3. Just on track as side by side these two go. I'm trying to get a better camera angle, everybody, but the game won't let me as Calzona holds on the 3rd for now. And Botch Gerbil in this fight as well. Botch Gerbil right now is going to get a top 4. But right now it's looking like Swell's going to win, especially when Heatwave goes wide like that. Wow. Raf still trying his absolute best to get by Calzona here. It's just not going to be enough. Oh, Calzona, big moment there, but we'll go to the front. Heatwave is not going to win this. It's going to be Sweller in the Alfa Romeo. Here comes Raf on Calzona again. How can you keep your eyes off this when these two are battling so well here at the moment in this race? But we'll go to the front. Heatwave position 1 right now, but it's not going to be the win. It's going to be the win for Sweller, 2.2, and he's going to take victory here in Portimao. It's Sweller gets it done here in
Rathe
Portugal.
had a moment coming out of turn 14, so he lost
Oh,
position on track to botch Gerbil, and Gerbil's
Silver,
going to get a 5-second penalty. His Toneless is going to go to
P4.
P4.
Yep, P4 for
But,
Toneless.
Mitchie, it's all to be determined because remember, Gerbil and Tweaking had that 5-second time penalty that they picked up under the safety car.
That's right. That's right. Under the safety car, the time penalty. So, oh, and actually, no, Limit had he actually had a tyre down at the end of this race. Wow, he actually had a tyre down.
Whoa.
Now, Groggy will be the last across the line. And Sweller, Heatwave, Calzona, that's your top three in what was an absolutely impressive race here in Portugal. And Groggy will cross the line in P14. But wow, 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 wow.
Yeah, props to Sweller for keeping it clean. I think one of the few drivers that finished with no penalties.
Yeah, that was absolutely incredible, that race. And he was explaining in the chat what happened, and we'll get that to him in just a second. We'll invite our top three in very right now. And yeah, what a race here in this track. What can you say? Wow. Dima, what a race.
Yeah, I've honestly lost my breath from doing that. I can't imagine what Tier 1 is going to bring us.
Yes, in about half an hour's time. Oh, there you go. And oh, you did say that, everybody. And there's the top three. And Dima, if you can invite the top three in, please, as there is the
I already
results.
have, sir.
Sweller, Heatwave, Calzona, Toneless, Bot Sherbil, Matt Silver, Raf, Chunky, Mozzie, and we got Tweaking, Silk Weaver, and the rest of the field here at the moment here in Portimao, Portugal. A superb race, no doubt about it. And we have two of our top four in at the moment. And driver of the day, real quickly, Demo. Who do you think?
Uh, Calzoner, because it popped up on the screen.
There you go. As we're about to get things underway for our podium, and you can start us off, Dima.
Yeah, we're gonna go to Calzoner in P3. Driver of the day and podium on your first race here in Tier 2. Um, Qualifying, I don't believe was really great for you, and then the race had a couple hiccups. Walk us through everything, and congratulations.
First of all, thank you. Exciting debut. Pace was decent in quali. I just invalidated my last lap, but I was 4 tenths up from where I was, so I would have been P4. That would have been a bit easier to start up. Maybe I could have challenged for the win. But be a good race. Made some good overtakes. I don't know if you guys caught it on stream, but that battle between Wraith and I towards the end, he was sending it up my inside pretty much every turn, and it was really tough to defend, but I held on. Yeah, pretty good race for me. I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, we were watching it the whole time, and Mitchie and I were pretty much almost lost for words at the final couple of laps there. The safety car, I want to ask you, did that hurt your strategy, or did that actually play out to your advantage?
I would say it probably hurt me because I think I was sitting like net P3 or P4. There were people that still had to pit ahead of me, but they got pretty lucky with the safety cars, so they were on fresh softs and in front of me. So it was nice being on the fresh softs, but I had to get a few overtakes done to get back to where I was.
Yeah, and like I said, very nicely done on P3 on your debut. Mitchie, I believe Sweller's stream is not going to
Alright,
join us for
well,
podium interviews, so I will let you take it away with P2.
alright, Heatwave, talk us through that one. Only P2 in the end there, and could have been the win, but still P2 either ways. Talk us through it.
Yeah, it was just unfortunate to be honest. Like I had a decent quality position. I had the pace. I got 10th on mediums. Was a 10th off pole if I went on the softs, but I backed out. And in the race, I stayed with all the soft runners, and in the end, I just messed up on my laps on softs. And another thing was I got the wheel glitches,
Ah,
and that dropped me back a second, just over a second. So if that didn't happen, I would have got the win. So I'm about to beat myself up.
yeah, but still a P2 either way, and the safety car did help you out quite a lot there on that restart. But P2 either way, well done, and I'm sure you'll get more wins. But well, Dima, we are done here for tier number 2, and congratulations to Sweller on the race win as well. And stay tuned, folks. About 30 to 40 minutes time. Tier 1, stay with us. It will be moments away here in Portugal. Tier 2 done. We'll be back next week. Spanish Grand Prix with the GOAT, Catra.